topic, properties of cardiac muscle, amphibian graph. First, effect of first and second strenuous ligatures on the frog's heart. Firstly, a normal cardiogram is taken for a frog's heart to see if it's working appropriately. The pacemaker of a frog's heart is sinus venosus. It has two atrias and one ventricle. To study cardiac muscle properties, the first ligature is placed between the sinus venosus and the second between the atria and the ventricle. In the graph, we can see the normal cardiogram, AV rhythm and idioventricular rhythm, which I'll explain now. The property which we got to see was conductivity. Sinus venosus ligature blocked impulses to the atria, which blocked impulses to the ventricle, lowering heart rate and force of contraction of the heart. It also happened when the second ligature was made between the atrium and the ventricle. The next property which we got to see was autorhythmicity. Atrial beats on the graph showed atrial self-initiated impulses despite partial pacemaker signal loss. The atria generated the AV rhythm and ventricle generated the atioventricular rhythm. Second is all or none law. The stimulus applied if it's sub-threshold, the potential is not reached. Once threshold intensity is achieved, a fully fledged action potential is produced. Under constant conditions, increasing stimulus intensity doesn't increase action potential height. Once the threshold is reached, stronger stimuli increase action potential frequency. In cardiac muscle, all or none law is because of the syncytial and interconnection nature of the cardiac muscle fibers. It applies to the whole of the functional syncytium in the heart, the unit. All the muscle mass contracts as a single unit. Maximum efficiency is obtained to maintain the cardiac output. Third is long refractory period. The refractory period is when cardiac tissue can't be re-excited by a normal impulse. The refractory period is the time during which tissue can't respond to a second stimulus. Cardiac muscle has a longer refractory period, extending it until the end of systole, unlike skeletal muscle, because of which incomplete tetanus takes place and complete tetanus cannot place in the heart. Long refractory period can be demonstrated by the following: extrasystole, compensatory pause, two successive stimuli, and incomplete tetanus. Extrasystole is a premature abnormal heartbeat occurring outside the regular rhythm. Compensatory pause is a delayed normal heartbeat following an extrasystole, usually after a premature ventricular contraction. Cardiac muscle can't undergo incomplete tetanus due to its long refractory period, allowing only single rhythmic contraction. All these three are explained later in this slide, where we can see in first graph stimulus during contraction, extrasystole and incomplete tetanus. In second, we can see two successive stimuli. In the third, which we can see incomplete